LeBron James has reportedly re-aggravated his ankle injury, and right now the Los Angeles Lakers are full-on spiraling. With the playoffs already here, the timing honestly couldn't be more brutal, especially when you consider this could be one of the final championship runs of his legendary career. But hold up, because what's truly alarming is where this whole nightmare actually started. March 20th, 2021, marking a pivotal moment in LeBron's injury history that has significantly affected his career and the Lakers' season. The Los Angeles Lakers were hosting the Atlanta Hawks at what is now known as Crypto.com Arena. LeBron James was deep in the zone of what he'd later describe as some of the most dominant basketball he'd ever played in his life. The Lakers were the reigning NBA champions, fresh off that surreal bubble title just 5 months before, and LeBron, at 36 years old, was playing like Father Time had completely forgotten his address. Then the second quarter arrived, and everything came crashing down. It happened right at the top of that second quarter when Atlanta Hawks forward Solomon Hill lunged between James's legs trying to poke the ball free. Hill's body collapsed into LeBron's right leg, sending his ankle twisting inward in a direction no ankle was ever designed to go. James hit the floor, clutched his ankle with both hands, and screamed. And girl, that scream said it all. It left his teammates frozen in shock before any of them even understood how serious this actually was. Kyle Kuzma, who had been right there through LeBron's infamous groin injury back in 2018, said he had simply never seen LeBron respond to pain like that. Kuzma admitted he had never witnessed LeBron scream and wail that way, not once, not even during that groin situation. And listen, that 2018 groin injury was no joke. It had benched LeBron for 17 straight games. But here's where it gets very LeBron, because of course it does. Right after going down, James somehow pulled himself together and buried a corner three-pointer that extended his jaw-dropping NBA record streak of consecutive games with at least 10 points to 1,036. He then called a timeout immediately and limped straight off the court, and the only reason he even attempted that shot was to keep that record breathing. He wasn't playing through the pain, don't get it twisted. He just needed one more bucket to protect what he'd built, and then he was gone. As he made his way toward the locker room, he sent a chair flying in pure frustration, and honestly, so did I. Head coach Frank Vogel shut down every question about LeBron's emotional state behind closed doors. Vogel made it crystal clear he wasn't about to reveal what was going down in that locker room. That was strictly internal business. 2 hours after the final buzzer, the Lakers dropped the official announcement. LeBron James exited the second quarter with a high right ankle sprain. The franchise labeled it as indefinite, and Los Angeles fell to the Atlanta Hawks 99-94 without him. His teammates were absolutely heated about the whole situation. Dennis Schroeder didn't hold back, calling the play flat out unnecessary. Montrezl Harrell took it even further, saying this was exactly the kind of incident the league needed to examine seriously. Harrell was blunt. Hill went through LeBron's leg for a ball that was turned sideways and behind him. Solomon Hill, for his part, stood firm in his defense and has never wavered from his position that injuring James was a complete and total accident with zero dirty intent. He actually jumped on Twitter almost immediately after it happened back in 2021 to make his case publicly. Hill explained he spotted what looked like a loose ball on the floor and instinctively went after it because that's exactly how he was taught. First one to the floor wins.
Whether that play was flagrant or just basketball, one thing has been confirmed beyond any doubt. The damage it caused was permanent. 5 years later, in April of 2026, on the eve of a potential closeout game in a playoff series, LeBron James sat down with Dave McMenamin of ESPN and dropped a bombshell that shook the entire NBA. He revealed that over the past 5 years, his injury history has limited his capacity, directly affecting his current status and performance. Let that sink in for a second. 5 years. During that exact window, this man shattered Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record. He pushed deep into the Western Conference Finals. He stood on top of the world with an Olympic gold medal around his neck. He shared an NBA court with his own son, Bronny. And through every single one of those moments, he was not fully healthy. LeBron confessed to ESPN's Dave McMenamin that he has never genuinely recovered physically. His exact words, "My foot and my ankle ain't been the same since." He kept going. "Ever since that injury, I've been fighting uphill to get it back to normal, but it's been a little blah ever since." Hold up, because he wasn't finished. He made it crystal clear just how deeply this injury haunts him, saying, "What could have been? For sure, I was playing some of the best basketball of my career up until that point and leading this franchise in the right direction, and then something like that happens, a high ankle sprain, and there's nothing you can do about that." To truly feel the weight of those words, you have to understand what unfolded immediately after the Solomon Hill play. LeBron crumpled to the floor and didn't suit up for the next 21 games. By the time he laced back up, the Lakers had collapsed from legitimate title contenders to a play-in bubble team, eventually bowing out to the Suns in the first round of the playoffs. Listen to this. The medical picture was grim from the very beginning. A physical therapist who broke down the footage described it as an unplanned medial external force applied to the ankle joint, triggering an eversion sprain of the deltoid ligaments. A severe sprain, which can take 4 to 6 months to fully recover from, has played a major role in limiting LeBron's mobility and effectiveness over the years. LeBron returned for the playoffs, but anyone watching could see he was a diminished version of himself. Reports from that postseason suggested his ankle was operating at only about 85%. In the regular season games following his return, he averaged 2 fewer drives per game than his pre-injury numbers, and his efficiency cratered, converting less than 50% of his attempts at the basket. The Suns had time to prepare, and they used every second of it, with their defense deliberately refusing to send him any help because they knew he couldn't punish them the way a fully healthy LeBron absolutely would have. Girl, in that first-round exit, Phoenix schemed to bait him into drives, knowing full well that the explosiveness needed to finish at the rim just wasn't there anymore. The title defense ended, and LeBron's body quietly filed for bankruptcy after that. Since that moment, the injuries just kept piling up, as if he were collecting them on purpose. In 2023, he tore a tendon in his right foot and flew to the absolute best foot specialist on the planet to handle it. He did return to the court, but that explosive first step, that terrifying burst, was noticeably, painfully gone. And LeBron himself dropped hints that maybe only an off-season surgery could actually restore what was lost. His ankle injury history alone racks up more than 16 sprains and tweaks. 16! And somehow the man just keeps lacing up. But hold up, because the confession that he hasn't felt like himself in 5 full years completely rewrites everything we thought we watched.
Every jaw-dropping performance, every criticized off night, every minute of those 5 years, all of it viewed through a totally different lens now. He wasn't just getting older, he was problem-solving his own broken body in real time every single night. The 2025-26 season became a relentless, unforgiving stress test of LeBron James's body and sheer will before a single regular season tip-off. Listen to this. LeBron missed opening night of his record-breaking 23rd NBA season because of sciatica, with the Los Angeles Lakers announcing a 3 to 4 week reevaluation window. That marked the very first season opener LeBron James had ever missed across his entire legendary 23-year career. Let that sink in. The 40-year-old was benched with sciatica, a nerve condition generating radiating pain from the buttocks down through the back of both legs. On his right side specifically, James hadn't participated in a single full practice since the Lakers' open training camp. This was supposed to be the season, the one where LeBron and Luka Doncic finally built real chemistry together after Doncic was traded to LA midway through the previous year. Instead, LeBron was grinding through solo workouts while his teammates played games without him. Girl, he missed 14 games after that early October sciatica diagnosis before the world even got to see him in a Laker jersey this season. He finally stepped onto the court on November 18th against the Utah Jazz, and we all exhaled, but the injury report didn't get any shorter. He carried 2 separate injury designations simultaneously throughout the season: left foot joint arthritis and right sciatica, like a walking medical file. The sciatica stole the beginning of his year, and that stubborn foot injury yanked him off the court at multiple different points throughout the season. And then on January 29th, during a game against the Cleveland Cavaliers, his former team, and what was supposed to be a celebratory homecoming, everything went sideways in an instant. With over 11 minutes still left on the clock, James went up for a short jumper over Lonzo Ball. Coming down from that shot, he landed directly on Ball's foot and his ankle twisted violently beneath him. He dropped to the court immediately, grabbing his foot, and the entire arena went silent. Then, because this is LeBron James, he got back up and kept playing. That's just what he does, and honestly, it's both inspiring and slightly terrifying to witness. And there it was again, LeBron James rolling his right ankle like so many times before, relacing his shoe and walking it off like it was nothing. Those 6 words, like so many times before, captured the entire complicated, painful, extraordinary arc of this man's career in one breath. For the 2025-26 regular season, LeBron suited up for 60 games, averaging 20.9 points, 6.1 rebounds, and 7.2 assists per game. You want to talk about those numbers real quick? Because most 25-year-olds in their prime would genuinely celebrate averaging that stat line. For LeBron at 41, yes, they reflected a dip from his career averages, but they also screamed something much louder: pure, unbreakable willpower, refusing to quit. He shot 51.5% from the field, but connected on just 31.7% from 3, a clear signal that his game was evolving intelligently in real time, adapting to whatever his body could still deliver. Now listen to this. Right when the Los Angeles Lakers were locking in for a playoff run, everything fell apart again. And this time, hold up, it wasn't LeBron James at the center of it. It got even uglier. Luka Doncic pulled his hamstring, and Austin Reeves suffered an oblique strain during that loss to the Oklahoma City Thunder on April 2nd in Oklahoma City. Neither of them saw the floor for the rest of the regular season. Just like that, in a single night, the Lakers lost their 2 biggest offensive weapons.
Doncic and Reeves were putting up a crazy 56.8 points, 13.8 assists, and 12.4 rebounds per game combined when healthy this season. All that production, gone. And the only guy left to shoulder the load? A 41-year-old legend with an ankle that's been questionable for years. The Los Angeles Lakers still entered the 2026 NBA playoffs as the 4th seed in the Western Conference, finishing 52-29. Standing across from them, the 5th-seeded Houston Rockets. On paper, this matchup looked like it should go either way, but in reality, the Lakers were at a serious disadvantage. Doncic had been averaging 33.5 points, 8.3 assists, and 7.7 rebounds in his first full season in LA, and now he wasn't even close to playing. He was completely sidelined with that left hamstring injury. A grade 2 strain had him shut down, leaving the Lakers scrambling offensively. After getting diagnosed, he even flew out to Spain for treatment, getting platelet-rich plasma and stem cell procedures on that hamstring. And you won't believe this, it still wasn't enough. Luka wasn't expected to suit up at all in the first round. Even if the Lakers somehow moved on, there was still no clear timeline for his return in the next series. Reeves had also been out since April with that grade 2 left oblique strain, and that hurts even more when you look at the season he was having. He was balling out. He averaged a career-high 23.3 points along with 5.5 assists and 4.7 rebounds per game. Reeves was shooting an efficient 49.0% from the field and 36.0% from deep. If injuries didn't slow him down, there's a real chance he would have made his first All-Star team. So what happens next? You already know. LeBron steps up and carries. At 41, LeBron James put the team on his back, averaging 23.5 points, 8.0 rebounds, and 10.0 assists across the first 2 games. And somehow, the Lakers still grabbed wins in Game 1 and 2 at home. They jumped out to a 2-0 series lead with back-to-back victories, 107-98 in Game 1 and 101-94 in Game 2. And listen, the role players didn't just show up, they showed out. Luke Kennard exploded in Game 1 with 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists, shooting 9 of 13 from the field and a perfect 5 for 5 from 3. Then Marcus Smart followed that up in Game 2 with 25 points, 7 assists, and 5 steals.
So hold up, the series heads to Houston, and somehow the Los Angeles Lakers just keep stacking wins. Before dropping Game 4, they had already built a dominant 3-0 lead. And listen to this, it was all powered by LeBron James, with the four-time champ locking in on both sides of the court. But here's where it gets interesting. His scoring was all over the place. 19 in Game 1, 28 in Game 2, 29 in Game 3, and then just 10 in Game 4. That 10-point performance, yeah, that's not normal. Sunday marked only the 5th time in his entire playoff career that LeBron scored 10 or fewer points across 296 postseason games. Think about that for a second. That's how rare this was. In nearly 300 playoff appearances, he'd only been held that low 4 other times. And girl, this is where reality starts creeping in. Game 4 felt like the moment everything caught up. The ankle, the foot, the sciatica, all that mileage finally colliding at once. In that 19-point loss in Game 4, the Lakers shot a brutal 5 for 22 from deep and coughed up the ball 24 times. And once LeBron slowed down, the entire system collapsed. Those role players who looked amazing before, suddenly they had no engine to run on. The truth got exposed fast. They're a supporting cast that needs their superstar at full power. Game 4 didn't just hurt, it revealed serious flaws like shaky three-point shooting and sloppy turnovers. The Houston Rockets took advantage, grabbing a 115-96 win and keeping their season alive.
Houston figured it out. Limit LeBron and the Lakers don't have another answer. And that's when LeBron finally let the world in on something he'd been dealing with for years. So now the question is, where does this leave the Lakers? Let's break it down heading into Game 5 on Wednesday, April 29, 2026. LA still holds a 3-1 lead, but injuries to 2 key scorers have everything feeling uncertain. Now, here's the good news. Austin Reeves is expected to return for Game 5 against Houston. That update dropped right before tip-off. And yeah, that's a huge boost. But let's be real, it's never easy coming back mid-series after sitting out that long. So, expectations for Reeves? They need to be realistic. If he does play, there's a strong chance he'll be on a minutes restriction. Still, even a limited Reeves changes everything. He gives them a second shot creator and takes pressure off LeBron's aging shoulders. If he's cleared, he's likely stepping right back into the starting lineup. That means adjustments are coming, especially for Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard, who've been stepping up big. Kennard in particular has been on fire, averaging 17.5 points on elite efficiency through 4 games, and his spacing could be huge for the bench unit. Head coach JJ Redick now has a tough job, keeping rhythm while reintegrating a key piece. Now for the bad news. Luka Doncic is still out and there's no clear timeline for his return. The All-NBA guard is recovering from that hamstring injury and has only just started light on-court work. Right now, all signs point to him missing the rest of this first-round series, and it could even stretch into the next round if the Lakers advance. The expectation? If LA takes care of Houston, Luka might not return until around Games 3 or 4 of the Western Conference semifinals. And listen, if the Los Angeles Lakers move on, things only get tougher from here, because waiting for them is the defending champs and title favorites, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who just swept the Phoenix Suns 4-0 like it was nothing. Think about that for a second. You've got LeBron James on what he admits is a compromised ankle that hasn't been right in 5 years, dealing with foot arthritis, coming off a season where sciatica cost him 14 games at 41 years old, being asked to carry this team against a fully healthy Thunder squad that just ran through a top 4 seed without even breaking a sweat. The word panic gets thrown around a lot, but hold up, look at what the Lakers are really facing. Their franchise cornerstone has now openly admitted that key parts of his game, his lateral quickness, burst, and ability to attack the rim have been limited since 2021. Reports even said back then that LeBron was losing explosiveness and proprioception in that ankle, 2 things you absolutely need to blow past defenders and finish strong. And yeah, that was in 2021. He's 5 years older now. To keep going, he's leaned into low-impact work like yoga and Pilates, focusing on balance, strength, and mobility.
His recovery routine, next level, massages, cupping, even advanced stuff like hyperbaric oxygen therapy sessions. He's reportedly spending $1.5 million a year just to maintain his body. All of it, the crowd therapy, the oxygen chambers, the chefs, has helped him stay on the court, but it can't rewind damage that never fully healed. Dirty play or not, the toll is real. Because years later, LeBron still doesn't feel like himself. And yet, LeBron James has played in 296 playoff games without missing a single one, not one in 23 years, across 4 different franchises through ankle sprains, groin pulls, broken noses, finger issues, foot injuries, sciatica, and the non-stop grind of a body with more mileage than anyone in NBA history. LeBron is the reason the Los Angeles Lakers are up 3-1 on the Houston Rockets in the 2026 playoffs at age 41, something we've never seen before. He's doing this at an age when most players have already been retired for years. He's doing it without Luka Doncic. He did it for 4 games without Austin Reeves. He's doing it on an ankle he admits will never be the same. So, should the Lakers be worried? Absolutely. Even though LeBron has been remarkably durable most of his career, those lower body injuries are clearly catching up now. The fact that LeBron chose this exact moment, right before a potential closeout game, to reveal how compromised he really is, he's not the type of player who makes excuses. So if he's saying it now, it means he's coming to terms with something real about his body and where things are headed. But panic? Nah. Panic means things are spiraling, and LeBron James has never at any point in his career let things spiral out of control. Now, listen, in today's game, LeBron James is still out here defying Father Time, putting up crazy numbers at 41, and the Los Angeles Lakers are going to need another big-time performance to shut down a Houston Rockets squad that's starting to believe heading into Game 5. Let's be real for a second. The Lakers are just 1 win away from moving on. They're getting Austin Reeves back in the lineup. They've got a 3-1 lead, and the most unstoppable athlete we've ever seen is lacing up, tightening those sneakers over an ankle that hasn't been right in 5 years, and still clocking in for work. Is that sustainable? Probably not, because once you look past this series, things get really ugly really fast. The Oklahoma City Thunder are waiting, Luka Doncic still doesn't have a return date, and LeBron's body is clearly sending signals that even the most advanced recovery routines in sports can't fully silence anymore. But tonight, Game 5, this is different. LeBron James is stepping onto the floor at Crypto.com Arena. He's going to test that ankle again, and if history tells us anything, he's going to find a way. Because that part of him, it never left. Not 5 years ago, not in 23 seasons. The ankle might not be what it used to be, but LeBron James still is.